Right, here we are again. Ron Carty, as always, on a Tuesday, Hotel Barracuda, Paddy Expat Club, and as always, it's my privilege to interview the speaker. Today we had a fantastic speaker, Mr. Doc Martyn. Doc, would you like, can I call you Doc or Martyn?
I've been called Doc Martyn for 25
years.
Then
Doc Martyn, can you say hello to everybody?
Hello everybody, I'm Doc Martyn. I write on Facebook under my pseudonym, Doc Martyn, but my name's Martyn Green, Dr. Martyn Green.
Excellent, but fantastic talk which was relevant to everybody in terms of how to help expats with their health. You covered a number of issues, but you start off with common health issues. Would you like to just mention briefly about that?
Well, this age group, it's always prostate and heart that's the most important, and mobility, of course. And we discussed all the relevant things in that and how people can identify properly whether they've got prostate cancer, because the tests that are being done aren't necessarily that accurate. Yeah,
you mentioned that, right? You mentioned that, and then really you were talking a lot, and this is important for people our age. As you know, we're all mature people here. You spoke about disease management.
Yeah. Well, in this age group, disease management becomes even more important because you're not as healthy as you used to be.
I agree.
And you know, if you've abused yourself for most of your adult life,
as
which
some
is 40 or
have
50
done,
years,
yes,
then you are going to suffer the consequences. And it's never too late. The beauty about the body, the human body, is that it always wants to repair itself.
True.
And if you set the body right and give it the freedom with its stem cells to adjust and heal things, then you'll be fine. But if you go on with an unhealthy diet and you get this oxidative stress and stuff like that, then you're not going to do well.
So really you're saying you can prevent things, you can start putting things right.
It's never too late.
That's what I like.
It's never too late. It's not, but it's not just the physical aspect. The mental aspect is really important. It's so important. And people just think, oh, well, I'll go on a diet and I'll exercise. No, you've got to be happy, positively motivated, and almost dogmatic in your approach to getting better.
Well, I've always said, as long as you've got the right reason, you know, then you can do these things. A lot of people say, well, I think I'll give it a go, and it's not strong enough.
Well, you see, I can only go so far. I can advise, I can prompt, I can promote, but it's up to the person.
Of course it is. Of course, it's all to do with personal choices. So I'm on your side here. Okay, those people that know me know that we're on the same wavelength. You're a lot more expertise than I am, but anyway. And then you spoke about.
You're a doctor.
I am.
Doctor.
Like preventative health. You spoke about preventative care. So just for everybody on here, just a little bit about that. How important that is, and what is it?
Well, it's all about diet basically, and what you should and shouldn't eat. And with the shops being flooded in this country with processed foods,
it's true, right? It's true.
You must always avoid processed foods.
Yep.
And as I said upstairs, 65% of the American diet is processed food. It's 60% in England. Over here, people are getting fat because they're eating traditional Thai food plus American food. Because apparently everything, this is what Thais think, everything American must be good. And that's so wrong.
Well, it's funny, you should say, if you go outside a school, any Thai school, and you see the children go straight to the 7-Eleven or whatever it is, they top up with all these sweets and Coca-Cola and everything. It's, you know, it's the wrong way. Only quickly, so I'm coming off it, but I read recently about in Japan, Japanese children are the healthiest in the world.
Yeah.
They did it only quickly. This you might find this, but they asked the children what their favourite food was. Number one said broccoli. Yeah. Interesting. You would never get an English child say broccoli as their favourite food.
Or Brussels sprouts.
Or Brussels sprouts. It's true though.
No, they but that's a discipline thing.
Yes.
And the beauty about the Japanese kids is that they're allowed to go to school and they don't have any examinations for the first 3 or 4 years. It's all about integration and being happy and having a purpose for life.
Yes.
And they're not fat.
They're not. They're not.
So you've seen all the fat kids here. We talked about that upstairs. But you've seen all the fat kids. Do you know what they're calling here now?
What's that?
Satire?
What's that?
Calling it fatire.
No, is that right? I'll have to remember that one. I'm going to use that next.
The girls are there, you know.
They are.
They're all really
You see
huge.
that. I mean, I've been coming to Thailand for a long time, but you can see a definite change in
huge
Thais.
difference.
But also, let's just talk about our own community, the expat community. As you were talking, I was looking at people there, looking down at their bellies, and there's a lot of overweight people up there as well.
Yeah. So I mean, we didn't broach this, but when you've got that fat stomach,
Yes.
it's associated with what we call metabolic syndrome.
Yeah.
Now, metabolic syndrome is when the omentum, which underneath the muscles of the stomach, there's a buffer of fat, and it's called an apron. And it's there so if you get hit or something in the stomach, it doesn't. Your organs don't get damaged. Now, what happens in these people who eat like that, especially the English, that swells and it pushes the muscles out. So they've got this big bulging stomach, and the skin over the top of the muscle is glistening and things. It's not the fat's inside. Now that fat is associated with metabolic syndrome, which is diabetes, hypertension, coronary artery disease, and diabetes.
I agree with it.
Just in the metabolic syndrome.
Agree.
Get rid of that and you'll reduce all those problems.
As I understand it, it's all down to diet. What you put in.
Yeah. Of course.
It's
but they've already put it in. They have to get it out.
But they can get it out. It can come out with a bit of discipline.
Yeah. But that's what we discussed upstairs.
I know.
And it's not up to me to do it for them. It's up to them.
You can't.
And I don't know. I was really fit. I'm a martial artist. If you want to set a club going, I can slim these people down.
I might do that. As you said, I formed this, the Ageless Warriors group, where we do racquetball 3 times a week, pickleball twice a week, beach tennis, all for the older generation. But I'd gladly do that and get them all together.
Yeah.
Really, it would be beneficial to everybody.
I'm happy to do that.
Plus, we'll get you back again. But anyway, so we've covered nutrition and diet. But then you spoke about, and I found this important, emergency preparedness.
Yeah.
What happens when all of a sudden something goes wrong? How prepared are you? So would you like, because this is important for everybody listening as well.
Well, we talked about friends, having a supportive network. Now, real friends, they say that if you have 5 real friends,
I agree.
then you've had a good life.
Yes.
Now, as I said upstairs, a real friend will listen to you when you're sick and be happy and support you, and when you're well, they'll be happy and supportive for you when you're well. Most people just walk away if you get sick.
They do.
So what you need to do is identify the people around you that care for you.
Yes.
And you get a team up. So if there's 5 people, you can all help each other. And if you just have a system where you phone each other or have an automatic prep button on the phone, because it can be set on the phone, you press a button and it can alert the other 4 people if you've got 4. But that's really, really important, because the longer you spend debilitated with a broken hip or something, the more likely you are to die.
You fall over in your condo or something like that, or in the street. Interesting.
That's absolutely right.
Really get some good friends around you.
Yeah.
Good advice.
And the trouble with the expat group, not this group, but I'm talking about expats per se.
In general.
You see them out there fighting, getting drunk and fighting and stuff, and there's a lot of animosity between.
There is. You can see it online with the snarky comments of the digs and everything. No, I agree. They're not friends.
I ran a hospital in Jamaica for 6 months. Yeah, when I was just finished my internship, so I was just registered. I went out there for 6 months, and we had a group of people. My brother was there. He was an accountant.
Yes.
And there was about 30 of us, and we did everything together. Went sailing at weekends, and we'd eat together and cook for each other and play rugby and all this stuff. Everybody was friendly.
It's true.
But it's different here.
Well, it depends where you mix. And I've got to say, our Ageless Warriors, one of the things I like about it, all like-minded people, all got aches and pains, but they don't dwell on it. They're not negative people, and they try. Yeah, I
well, they don't dwell on it until they get home. That's what happens.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But anyway, listen, that was fantastic. Well, look, here's your certificate. Okay. On behalf of the Expat Club, I've got to thank you. We will get you back again because it's beneficial to everybody. Thank you very much.
I'm here to help, as you know.
Of course you are. So listen, once again, Expat Club every Tuesday morning, Hotel Barracuda in Pattaya. Come along, fantastic speakers, good advice, good camaraderie, good food. What else do you want? See you next week.